Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing easing of restrictions here in Thailand. Things are getting better, and that's very, very much a good thing. But there does seem to be kind of a palpable notion that, this stuff, it needs to all go, basically. That seems to be kind of the undertone from a lot of folks. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article in the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, June 1 Easing, quote-unquote, Meaningless Night Spots. Quoting directly, Tanupon Pen Sod Sai Charon Kit, wow, long name, owner of One Nightlife Outlet in Khao San Road, welcomed the latest easing of COVID-19 restrictions, but said it was perceived as a half measure to bolster a battered industry in need of a boost. Quoting further, many tourists are switching their destinations from Thailand to neighboring countries due to COVID restrictions and entry requirements such as high-value insurance, he said, quoting directly, or a quotation from him in here, it has been more than 2 years since the outbreak, and we here in Khao San are up to our ears in debt. Yet when the outbreak is easing, the government gets nervous, end quote, he said. Yeah, it is odd. I don't understand precisely why the government does seem to get... you can engage in a lot of speculation and sort of say, oh, they love the power. I don't think they do. I've watched a lot of these folks who've had to enforce some of this stuff, and they don't really seem to enjoy doing it. In fact, they seem rather reticent, and they just kind of are doing it because, it's their job. That has been my experience. I don't think anybody's relishing this by any stretch of the imagination. That being said, it's still, whether they like it or not, whether they're enjoying it or not, we're still having to deal with the blowback from it and the upshot of all of these policies. And, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's meaningless. I think we definitely need to get back open. We need to get open sooner rather than later. People book for the high season now, and they will be booking over the summer. And Thailand needs to get back to where she was, and everybody needs to get out there and let it be known that, Thailand's open. We're entertaining. We're having a good time around here. Tourists are welcome. Let's get on in. I do think the Thailand pass needs to go fast. We do need to get rid of it. We're not going to get the same tourism numbers unless we do get rid of it. I know there are people that think it's still necessary. My personal opinion, it's an unneeded obstacle that is just hindering tourism numbers, period. And I don't really understand at this point, especially when we're on the cusp of calling this endemic. And quite frankly, I don't understand why nobody's ever been able to explain to me the criteria that magically changes something from endemic or changes it to endemic. Nobody's been ever able to explain that to me. But okay, set that aside. Where we're on the cusp of this, honestly, how does bureaucratic paperwork sort of stave off a disease? Nobody's been able to explain that to me either. But long story short, yeah, we're going to have to, I think Thailand needs to continue reopening. And look, let me be clear. We're doing a good job. We're moving in the right direction. Let's just keep moving in the right direction. And let's not have any 180s or anything. Let's just get reopened, get tourism back here, have a good high season, and get our economy back on track.